Locals in one neighborhood are mourning the loss of a landmark tree in part because of the drought. Crews began cutting down the 100-foot pine on De La Vina this morning. News Channel 3 reporter Victoria Sanchez joins us live now to tell us why this tree became such a safety hazard.
Beth, arborists tried to save the pine tree, but a combination of factors, including the drought, made it difficult for the pine to survive. Branch by branch, the 115-year-old Canary Island pine tree is coming down. The tree sits prominently in the front yard of the Braille Institute on De La Vina Street in Santa Barbara, where it's been used as a landmark.
Actually, when I give directions to volunteers, I always say, look for the Canary Island pine tree. So to lose it is a very sad thing for us.
It's still standing, but the pine is dead. Arborists knew something was wrong when it started to turn brown.
When we examined it, it had insect boreholes. That means insects have gone into it and are starting to eat the tissue that lets the water and the food transport up and down.
For the past few years, there's been an effort to stop the bark beetles from attacking the tree. But those bugs, along with the fungus and the drought, have stacked up against the towering pine. The branches are dry, which causes a safety hazard in more ways than one, including fire danger.
You can either let them, fall apart naturally, which is what they would do in the wild, but here you're dealing with a safety issue, and this tree had gotten to the point where it just was not safe to have around.
But it's not all a loss. The tree trunk will be recycled into lumber. The branches turned into mulch, and that will help feed the new Torrey pine tree that will be planted in its place.
Hopefully, in a few years, that will become a tradition for us as well.
Tomorrow, a crane will be on the property to lift the heavier pieces of wood. And as for the new tree, at the end of October, that should be planted along with a drought-tolerant garden. Live in Santa Barbara, Victoria Sanchez, News Channel 3.